Hello, you wonderful people. Welcome to your go-to place for all things finance, modern world dynamics. Today we're going to delve into a topic that is crucial in our modern world, credit repair. It's not just about numbers and reports, it's about taking control of your financial future. With a bit of determination and our step-by-step guide, you'll be well on your way to financial independence. Are you ready to dive into the world of DIY credit repair? Let's get started. First things first, we need to understand what a credit report is. Imagine your credit report as your financial report card. It's a comprehensive record of your credit history compiled by three major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Think of it as a financial passport, mapping out your journey through the world of credit. You may wonder, why does it matter? Well, my friends, your credit report is like the backstage pass to your financial life. Banks, lenders, landlords, even some employers peek at it to determine your creditworthiness. The better your report, the more likely you are to secure loans, rent apartments, or even land that dream job. But what makes a credit report good? It's not about having a vault full of gold, but rather how responsibly you handle your credit. It's about paying your bills on time, not maxing out your credit cards, and not applying for new credit too frequently. Let's simplify it with an example. Imagine two people, Alice and Bob. Alice always pays her bills on time, doesn't max out her credit cards, and only applies for new credit when necessary. Bob, on the other hand, is frequently late with payments, maxes out his cards, and applies for new credit like it's going out of style. Who do you think has a better credit report? That's right, Alice. Now that we know what a credit report is, let's move on to the next step. Now it's time to play detective and spot any errors in your credit report. Let's imagine your credit report as a sprawling city, bustling with financial transactions. Each transaction a citizen going about its business. But like any city, sometimes things go awry. Some citizens might be imposters, others might have overstayed their welcome, and a few might have gotten lost on the way. These are your credit report errors, and they can cause quite a mess in your financial city. So, what kind of errors are we talking about? Well, there's a wide range, from the simple to the complex. The simple ones are like misplaced luggage, wrong names, addresses, or social security numbers. Easy to spot, but they can cause significant confusion. Then there are the imposters, accounts that you don't recognize. These could be a case of mistaken identity or a sign of identity theft. Either way, they don't belong in your city. Next, you have the overstayers' negative information that should have left your report 7 years ago but decided to hang around. These are like old tenants who refuse to move out, bringing down the value of your property. Lastly, there are the lost citizens, payments marked late when you've paid on time. These are like parcels delivered to the wrong address. You've done your part, but the credit bureaus have lost track. Now, the key to spotting these errors is a thorough review. Go through your credit report street by street, citizen by citizen. Compare it with your own records, your receipts, your statements. Remember, this is your city, and you know it best. Also, be aware that some errors might be hiding in plain sight, masquerading as legitimate entries. So don't just skim through your report, scrutinize it, question it, challenge it, and don't forget, we've got a handy set of DIY credit report dispute letters on our website. The link is below, and it's a great tool for dealing with these pesky errors. Remember, eagle eyes catch more errors, so keep your detective hat on and your magnifying glass ready. Happy sleuthing. Found some errors? Great. Now, it's time to dispute them. So, you've done your homework, and you've identified some mistakes on your credit report. It's no surprise, really. After all, credit bureaus process billions of pieces of information each year, and human error is a part of life. But don't worry, these errors can be rectified. The first step in disputing errors is to write a letter. Yes, an old-fashioned letter. While some bureaus allow online disputes, a letter is tangible proof of your claim and can be your best friend if things get legally dicey. It doesn't have to be a Shakespearean sonnet, just a simple, well-structured letter stating the facts and what you want to be corrected. In your letter, you should clearly identify each error and explain why it's a mistake. Attach copies of any documents that support your case. This could be bank statements, payment receipts, or any other relevant evidence. Remember, it's not enough to say, hey, there's an error. You need to show them why it is an error. Next, send this letter by certified mail with return receipt requested. This way, you have proof that the bureau received your dispute. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but it's worth it. Once the credit bureau receives your dispute, they have 30 days to investigate. If they find that there is indeed an error, they are obliged to correct it and notify all the other credit bureaus. Now, if this all sounds a bit overwhelming, we've got you covered. We have DIY credit report dispute letters available for sale on our website. These templates can be a great starting point and can save you a lot of time. In the end, remember, it's your credit report. You have the right to dispute any errors that you find. It's not always a walk in the park, but with patience and persistence, you can ensure that your credit report is an accurate reflection of your financial history. And just like that, you've disputed your first credit report error. Now that you've disputed the errors, let's talk about maintaining your credit. It's not just about fixing what's wrong, but also about keeping what's right. Think of it like a garden. Once you've weeded out the errors, you need to water and nurture your credit score to make it bloom. Regularly checking your credit reports is like keeping an eye on your garden. Just as you wouldn't want any sneaky weeds popping up, you don't want any unexpected errors creeping into your credit report. It's recommended that you check your credit reports at least once a year, or even more frequently if you can. It's like a regular health checkup, but for your financial health. Next, let's talk about making payments on time. This is akin to feeding your garden on schedule. If you're late with the fertilizer, your plants will wither. And similarly, late payments can cause your credit score to drop. So just like you wouldn't want to starve your plants, ensure your bills are paid on time. Set reminders if you have to, or better yet, consider setting up automatic payments. That way, it's like having an automatic sprinkler system for your garden. Finally, keeping your credit utilization low is like not overwatering your plants. Just as too much water can drown your plants, using too much of your available credit can drown your credit score. A good rule of thumb is to keep your credit utilization below 30%. So if your credit limit is £3,000, try not to use more than £900. And remember, it's not about having a green thumb for gardening or being a financial guru. It's about regular maintenance and good habits. Just like you don't need to be a botanist to maintain a garden, you don't need to be a finance expert to maintain good credit. Remember, maintaining your credit is like maintaining your health. It requires regular checkups and good habits. Before we wrap up, we have something exciting for you. We're handing over the reins and giving you the chance to choose the topic of our next video. Yes, you heard that right. If there's a burning question you'd like answered, or a topic you're curious about, you can let us know by clicking the link below. It's a fantastic opportunity to get involved, and we're excited to see what you come up with. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with for our next video. Well, that's it for today's DIY credit repair guide for beginners. We've certainly journeyed through a lot, haven't we? A veritable expedition into the wilds of credit reports and scores. Let's jog back a bit, shall we? We kick things off by diving into the depths of understanding credit reports. Remember, these are the documents that hold your financial history like a treasure map. Decoding them is the first step towards improving your credit score. Then we turned our focus to identifying errors in your credit report. Like pesky goblins, these mistakes can sneak in and wreak havoc on your score. But with the right knowledge, you can spot them and take action. Speaking of action, we also discussed how to dispute those errors. It's like being a detective, piecing together the evidence to prove your case. If you're still unsure, remember we have DIY credit report dispute letters for sale on our website. The link is below. Moving on, we touched on maintaining your credit. It's a bit like tending to a garden, nurturing the good habits and weeding out the bad ones. This way, your credit score will stay healthy and robust. Lastly, we gave you the power to choose our next video topic. Don't be shy. Tell us what you want to learn more about. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Modern World Dynamics for more awesome content. Until next time, keep those credit scores high.